Hi everyone, so I'm back for another unboxing of our Community Supported Agriculture or CSA Farm Box. It is mid-August now. Today is August 16th and this is our share of this week's harvest. We're thick into harvest season right now. We are in central New York, so we've been having these really hot days. And as you can see, it's a huge harvest. Now don't let this deceive you. Actually, one of the wonderful things about our share is that with the farm we work with, we can adjust our shares a bit. So we were out of town earlier this summer, so I was able to say, you know what, skip that share and add it on to a future week. We have several options we can use, and that's one that I used. So this is actually a double harvest for us because this is making up for a box that we missed earlier in the summer. So it is a lot of food, and it's not completely the standard box because we are able to adjust what's in our box. You know, they send us a list of what's coming every week, and then we can go in and make adjustments. It's one of the things I really appreciate about our CSA. So, you know, I think one of the things that might have been on the list was peppermint, and I have a peppermint garden outside, so I don't need peppermint from the CSA. So I can choose to get something else instead. It's one of the things I absolutely love. So let's see what's in season here in central New York, mid-August. We have eggplants coming in nice and strong. And, you know, like I said, we've got a lot of eggplant here. And a couple of things I'm going to do. Chris mentioned slicing them, breading them, and going ahead and frying them up. And then we freeze them. Obviously, we'll eat some now, but, you know, we can freeze some. And then we'll use that breaded eggplant in the future for eggplant parmesan or eggplant schnitzel. So those are some of our favorite eggplant dishes. I also plan to take some of those eggplant and make eggplant meatballs out of them. And we'll use some fresh on pasta night, but then we'll use some in the future as well. So it's just a delicious and very nutritious way of adding meatballs to our pasta night. So definitely one of my favorites. I'm looking forward to making those this week. We also have tomatoes coming in hot and heavy. So beautiful tomatoes. We're starting to get these Roma or plum tomatoes in. And those will be used for, Dad has requested stewed tomatoes, so I'll be making some stewed tomatoes at some point. Also salsa, because the other thing coming in right now are jalapenos. So these will go into our salsa. Also, I will be drying some of these in the dehydrator. As I've mentioned before, my dehydrator and I are having a great season. So we'll be dehydrating these. I haven't decided yet, because it'll be my first time, if I'm just going to go with slices or if I'm going to grind it into a powder to spice some things up later. So we'll see what I end up doing with that. Also, obviously, zucchini. We're all familiar with all the zucchini memes for this time of year. So I just made some chocolate zucchini muffins that were just absolutely wonderful. So love that. Zucchini patties, all sorts of zucchini options. So, and look at this cute little zucchini variety as well, which will be great for, I think I mentioned last week, we got one of these stuffed zucchini or something like that. So carrots are starting to come in. So we've got the yellow carrots and, as these start falling, the purple carrots. So lots of variety here. These are great, you know, carrots are great for lots of things, soups, and you're just noshing on. I also like to, they're fun to just slice and then use as dippers. So a lot healthier than chips for dipping. So we've got our carrots there, onions, which will go also into the salsa, and combining the onions and the carrots, getting ready for soup season. So cutting these up, dehydrating them, and then I'll have 2 out of 3. We don't get celery, so that I will be getting from the grocery store. But getting ready for the base of those soups, the mirepoix. And finally, we have a bunch of beets. So beet season, these are great for roasting. I will also puree them in my blender and then freeze them as like little hockey pucks. They're great in smoothies as a sweetener, so we're not adding sugar, but a very natural sweetener there. So lots of options with beets as well. So back here we do have some lettuces. These are perking up a bit. It's been a busy couple of days, so it took a couple of days for this to get my attention. So I'm perking these up in some ice water right now, and we'll prep these for salad. We also have a bunch of basil. We got some basil last week as well. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And we'll be using this, this week we just used it throughout the week on pizzas and on pasta. Combine it with the tomatoes and onions. I may make some bruschetta. We have a fabulous sourdough bread company near us that makes wonderful baguettes. So we'll probably be adding some bruschetta to our menu this week. And then finally we have some curly, bring this out, some curly parsley. Isn't that beautiful? So some curly parsley here, and I'll be using that to make tabbouleh with the tomatoes. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment with them or direct message me. I'm gonna say hi to my sous chef down here that's asking for attention. And if you have any ideas for what to do with all of this produce, if there's a favorite thing you like to do with something or a recipe you'd like to share, please put those in the comments. We'd all like to share with each other and learn from each other. So hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.